Yo guys, Team Valor is back with another deck profile courtesy of 41games.ca. If you're ever in the market to buy any sort of Yu-Gi-Oh product, you can go to their site. They have everything you're looking for. And if you are buying Yu-Gi-Oh singles, you can use code Team Valor, check out, and you'll get 10% off. Today we have Team Valor's very own Cinna. My friend, what did you manage to do this last weekend?
Kind of got me one of these.
Whoa! Jeez! Harassment.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Wouldn't be my first time.
Okay, bro. Anyways, anything you want to say before the profile?
So yeah, top 32 in Nats.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it was just such a great trip. It was
Congrats,
a great
man.
event.
Congrats, man. You earned it. You deserve it too.
You know, I did.
Yeah.
But no, I like a couple things to say before we start doing all this.
Sure.
Honestly, before the event, like weeks going up to it, I did believe that this could be the event I could top. With this deck specifically. Because my best strengths are deck building and theory. That's all I do. I don't test. I don't spend hours on DB
You're not
testing
in a lab.
every day. No,
you're not a lab guy.
I don't. No, I lab by deck building.
Okay.
And then I just I like building decks. I think
Sure.
I'm good at it. And this deck, that's where the skill expression is. It's not in. Sure, there are very good technical plays you can make with this deck. But most of the skill expression is in deck building, which
Sure.
is a very good matchup for me.
Gotcha.
But then, the weekend before that...
That was a vicious weekend. I was there.
Yeah, it was not a good weekend. The sneak peek weekend did not go well for me.
That was
I
foul.
got dumped on, basically, by, like, everyone I played against. For the past month and a bit, I've been playing a card go first build deck. I was playing, like, Cashtira build.
Yeah.
And I always choose to go first. And it was good. Like, it was working for a bit. And then that weekend, it just went. So...
You were building up karma though. Good karma.
But I was at my confidence-wise down in the dumps.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good thing because I ended up just basically deleting the list and I started from scratch.
Jeez.
I took what I knew.
Did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I just started over. So I basically built it up from scratch, and then Jonathan, JK, and I, the night before we submitted our
The
list.
dream team.
Yeah. We basically just deck built together. We agreed on most things, but we differ on some other things. If you watch Jonathan's profile, you'll see like a decent amount of what we did is the same, just some of it's different. I'll like explain some of that.
Explain one later.
Not explain later.
Hopefully you do this time.
Yeah, I should. But yeah, no, and everything ended up working out perfectly, and yeah.
Okay, so on to the profile?
Yes.
All right, bro. Without further ado, let's get it started.
So I'll start with the main deck. So Tenpais, so two of the new one, Genroku.
To the new one, eh?
Yeah, or Rengoku, whatever. Genroku.
It's Genroku from what the comments are saying in that last video.
The one alliteration guy.
Yeah.
Two Pydra are not playing three that anymore. Three Chandra, one of
The guy.
He
He who shall not be named.
I hate his guts. Literally, the analogy of when the world needs him the least is just perfect. He's always there when you need him the least. And one Dora, which also you can probably play.
The Explorer. Nice.
Yeah, so initially, I wanted to play three of this, but then JK and Jonathan bullied me into...
This guy got bullied.
Yeah.
Stop cyberbullying, guys.
They bullied me into playing one of this and two of this. Like, this is a better normal summon. 100% is better. I like Pydra. It's like
He has Pi in his name,
1700 and
I like Pi.
it's a super rare. That's common.
Would you play three in the future?
No.
Damn, the bullying helps. It's like when you bully the fuck.
Bullying works sometimes, guys.
The bullying worked. I did see like I think the top 8 list he did play 3 and 1.
Yeah, but
that's
what's
fine.
top 8?
But they
What a
convinced me. Yeah. But no, I think having 3 normal summons is enough, and then plus you have these are also a normal summon, and then this guy if he's in your hand, that's another. It's just I understand it's too many. But no, this ratio was really good. But like it was perfect enough to top. But I don't think I would change much. Yeah, like I think perfect in the sense that you can't really do anything other than this. I maybe wish there was another one. I don't know.
Coming soon, perhaps?
Please, Konami,
Perhaps?
giving Centurion support.
Hey, they deserve it.
So you can give us some support.
They deserve it.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Just don't play two of these. The amount of comments for the last video, and this is what I see in the Facebook group.
Bro.
No, if you play more than one of this, you're just objectively wrong.
Bro, we get it, bro. We're gonna crucify people who play 2 now. I swear to God.
That's why I did it. And the rest of the engine was just 3 of this. 3 of this. Yeah. Just play them at 3 while you can, I guess.
Nutero?
We'll talk about it later.
Talk about it later.
Speaking of sneak peek.
This is the foreplay. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. This card's dumb. Like, you're unaffected by everything basically. Bayface 1. And this card is also really good. This card, with Rengoku, Genroku. I've been watching too much Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's a good show.
It is a good show.
Except for that last season.
Okay, listen, I'm all the way through it. If you draw like another Tenpai name in your hand that is kind of a normal summon, you can in battle phase use this. Search this, summon the other one, and then you special this anyways. That's really cool. It's a new interaction that didn't exist before.
Nice.
Also, in main phase, if you went first and your opponent Cosmics or they Lightning Storm, whatever, before, if you chain this, you're just getting a name and that's it. Whereas now you get this, you summon it, and now you have another body. You can actually do things. So that's like really good little new interaction.
These are the technical plays you're talking about, right?
Yeah, the very low skill level technical plays.
But they matter in the long run.
And they do matter.
Yeah.
And then the other non-engine spells, just 2 pros.
2 broken in.
2 pros. Like JK, no, 3 pros. 1 Terraforming, 1 Duster. This was actually the 42nd card. I went really back and forth between playing another hand trap or this. I settled on this, and I'm glad I did because it came up in the main deck multiple times. Just having that back row wipe was really good. 3 boss, play it at 3 while you can. That might be the theme of the deck. Yeah, this card is busted. It should be banned or at 1.
On God. On God's
And terrible was terrible. I did side this out a lot because,
plays at the droll, eh?
yeah, and people keep trolling against the deck for some reason. Hand traps, so this is kind of where me and Jonathan differed.
Ooh, some discrepancies, okay?
Yeah, so this part's the same. Shifter, MVP of the main deck. I think I lost 1 game where I resolved this. Other than that, I won every single game I resolved this.
Broken.
Easily the best card in this deck. Not the only reason to play it, but one of the main reasons to play this deck is you can shift it. 3 nib.
How was Nip?
It's alright.
Not good.
It was okay.
There was maybe a better ratio of this play.
Listen. That's still wrong. I will die on that hill.
Okay, that's fine.
You don't need to die. It's a children's card game, bro. This guy's dying for
I will
this.
die on that hill. But Nib, in theory, is good. Just I played so many hand traps that my opponent just never got to summon 5 times.
It makes sense.
But in a vacuum, like I was trying to max out. What?
1 nib.
Play 1 Nip for the cross out.
Yeah, that's wrong. It's almost like he just said that.
I did play 1 nib.
I came in late.
But basically what I was trying to do was, the logic for me is I'm trying to have my opponent end on a half board. And I tried to max out on cards that did that. It was also like 3 draw.
I was gonna say, where's my boy?
Yeah, 3 draw. So to me, these cards all symbolize a half board that I can kill my opponent through. They all accomplish the same thing. They're super high impact, so I max out on them. Jonathan showed me a video before Nats, a deck building video. And I will link it in the description below because I don't remember his channel name.
He's not linking it. That's not happening. You're gonna forget, guaranteed.
No, I will remember.
I will remember. since I
But
was on
Jonathan
that
will
show.
remember and he will tell me. But basically, the guy in the video said you should not play more than 7 playsets of cards. And he went through the math of why you don't want to do that. But there are exceptions. And the exceptions would be things like this, where they are so high impact, the effect is so crazy that it potentially win you the game. So these kind of didn't count towards that math. So yeah, I would still keep maining the 9 of these.
Nice.
They're all really good.
And for the guy that commented last time, they're ultis, not ultras.
Yeah.
The trolls are ultis.
Yeah.
Blame the NA printers.
Why are you listening to the haters?
I'm not listening. I read it.
No, I don't think he's a hater. You just couldn't see.
It wasn't audible. I read it in my head.
So then the other hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Mochami,
Jeez.
3 Imperm, 2 Mourner, 1 Veiler, and 1 Meg. So these Ash is obviously Ash is really good. Imperm's really good. This one's a little bit different. So I still wanted to play 6 effect negation cards, like monster effect negation.
Gotcha.
Still really good this one. The thing is, again, another conversation with Jonathan.
You guys talk a lot, huh?
Yeah, we did. It's almost like we both did really well, and
100%
we
locked in.
theoried really well.
Dream team over there.
I didn't want to play 6 of them, and I did not want to play 3 of this because again, the math just doesn't support it, and the math could kind of support playing 1 of this. So I wanted to minimize the amount of cards that conflict with Shifter in the main. So this and Joel were the only ones. So with this, I had a 3% chance to draw it with one of my shifters, but an 11% chance to draw it with anything else. So it was really good. So when I did draw it, it was really good. I think I drew a shifter 1 time, did it better. Yeah, I would just keep playing this at 1, this at 2. This card,
Good, bad?
It was good. I think it was better for Jonathan than me.
Yeah, it was really good for me.
Well, you said you played 5 mirror matches, right?
Yeah, well, no, this
card's
card's
godlike
is
against Tenpai.
insane in the mirror match.
So why do you think it underperformed?
Because I did.
Drawing 6
It
cards.
Asking the
didn't
questions that matter.
Like, it was just kind of the middle. So basically, what it was good for was ash bait.
True.
If you ash this, I'd rather you ash this than
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
diamond or summoning.
Did anyone ever cross out it?
No, not once. It did draw me a few cards in 1 game, and then in my top 64 game, I drew a shifter, and he was like, sure, and I chain mulch on me,
Cheese.
and then he was like, oh.
2-card combo.
And then he just set 1 and he passed. So it's also it's a good deterrent as well. Like it stops your opponent from like.
I feel like shifter would have been enough.
potentially.
guessing
But then he, maybe.
We'll never know.
Sometimes he'll mulch on me. Other times, even without shifter, my opponent would just do nothing. And
Yeah,
pass.
it's
in
almost as if
general,
there was
if you
once a
have both-
card that was banned that did something similar.
Yeah, but this one is a way more fair than that.
In general,
this
if you
one-
do both, Shifter and Mulchummy, it kind of signals to your opponent you've already used 2 cards.
Yeah.
And I think they think that it's harder to OTK through it, and they might be throwing cards away. That every card that they play from their hand is almost like a 0, like a net 0 plus, because it's like you get a card, and then like they get whatever, but then also
And they're
on
under
Shifter.
Shifter. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I can understand the thinking, but it's just too easy to OTK with this deck.
Yeah. No, so it was really good in that sense.
Okay.
And Meg, because he's just
He's a
Meg.
dragon guy.
He's a dragon guy, and I love him. And I hope he never gets banned. And
One day,
he
inshallah.
searches. No. And he searches another dragon. So yeah, it's really good. I played 23 hand traps in the main deck. I think Jonathan only played 18. Like you played Fenrir.
What's
I
the total deck count?
I played
42.
Fenrir and
42.
a
You
Lightning Storm and a Harpies
I played 42.
instead.
I convinced him to play 42.
guys are just bullying each other the entire
Yeah,
weekend.
basically.
Is that what you think that bullying is?
Yeah.
To work together?
It was 42 to help spread out hand traps to engine ratio.
It was so I could play more non-engine. Like to me, there's no reason to play 40. Like the deck is already so insanely consistent.
True.
The difference in math in terms of drawing engines is like 1%.
Minuscule.
Between 40 and 42.
Irrelevant.
But the number between you seeing multiples of your hand traps, it's like
Goes up exponentially.
So 42 just made so much sense. And I just feel like it's correct. Like I don't think you should play 40 in this deck. So yeah, 42 to me.
Extra deck?
Yes. Okay, so 5 a.m. me, who was half conscious, made some deck building choices.
That's my favorite sinner, though.
Yeah, some were incorrect because of the whole outage. So it kind of starts here. So try to Joe Biden and 2 Transcendent. So this is the first one. I shouldn't have played this. It never came up. This could have been a blank card, or I could just handicap myself not playing anything.
That would have been better, you could say?
Maybe not better. It was
No,
just
no way.
prosperity fodder, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
But yeah, I think this is fun. You don't need to do more than this. But yeah, this is just the standard. You don't need to explain that. The other 7s, I haven't played this in a while. I'm glad I did. It came up again in my top 64 game to bounce you Bellback to hand. This came up once for me and it got negated. This, you summon a lot. Popping a card, sometimes you're just kind of lazy and you just need an easy out to something, you just make this. Also, this helps you out to keep your shifter, so you need to play it. Nice. So this card's really good. Other Synchro 10s that like, so these 2 did not come up once, but this came up a lot leading up to the event. I think it's very good. You should definitely play it. I just hand trap my opponent so much they just never did anything really.
Understandable.
And this was there because, he's 35.
And Despeda.
He might summon something cool like an SP that got banished. I don't know. Yeah, he's just there. But again, this is another. Wait, was this not quite a 5 a.m. me decision? This is like
It's like 6 a.m.
No. It was
4 a.m.?
Like 4 a.m. Yeah. We were like still fairly hysterical.
starts
at that point.
talking.
Just wait until you see
Josh
the
had
true
deck building
4
last
a.m.
night.
And then,
Mistake
okay, so
decision.
here's the last one. Warp Gate.
Watch your profanity.
Yeah, bro, come on. This is PG channel.
It's a children's card game, bro.
Christian Minecraft server.
So I summoned this twice. Once in the most scuffed mirror match of my life. We went to time. We had a 25-minute game one. It was awful. But this saved me game one. And so he was super clutch with that.
That's like your ace monster, right?
So can't be sure with battle card effects. At the end of the damage step, if it battled, you banish all your opponent's monsters. But then during the end phase, you summon them back. So the idea is you use this against the battle, you banish the whole field.
Dragon lock yourself.
You dragon log yourself afterwards, and then you don't summon anything back.
That's
That's how that works?
Yeah,
It's like
That's
it's
whack.
like Princess Zelantis.
That's
Yeah.
annoying.
It's a menace.
The only thing is you can also potentially still kill after doing that. It's like Prosperity, you like half damage. But no, I mean I would still keep playing this card. It's still good. It's 3 of the other spots I'm actually going to change. The FTK.
First turn kill.
Yeah, this card so good.
Gimmick Puppet who?
Some this a few times. It's really good in the mirror. I played 5 mirrors, so it was really good.
Jeez.
And then 5 a.m. me playing another. I mean, a lot of people were playing this.
Well, I think we
but-
concluded it was not good.
No, it never came up.
It gives SP
And
a
it's the
little
same thing with
late,
SP.
eh?
Like
SP Big Night.
Yeah, and like neither of these came up. I don't even remember the last time I summoned SP.
Just there to look
If you
nice.
spent the $150, you got
Yeah, I may as well play it at something. But SP was there. It's cute. And this was also there. No, I would change these 3. Do a little Chimera,
The chopping
100%.
block.
This Samurai Destroyer and Odd Eyes Meteor Burst.
Put in 3 Typhon.
Yeah.
How come Fusella didn't bully you into playing Samurai Destroyer? That seemed like the
kinda
best
did.
He was
thing to
asleep
bully
at
you.
5 a.m.
He
This is
kinda
5
did.
a.m. sin.
But I was
To be honest, like when we were talking about it, theorizing it, like Borkgate kind of had a similar role.
Yeah.
So we're kind of like one or the other, and like I don't think it was like wrong,
No.
but just like then we kind of found a couple of videos and replays about like how using Samurai Destroyer like it offensively by attacking and then being able to do everything you want without the opponent being able to respond. I just thought it was
Yeah.
way better. I would not play both, but I mean you can. I don't think it's wrong.
I'm gonna play both.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
I also felt bad for JK. I was like, I'll just, and this is 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna not play Samurai Destroyer. JK can play it, and then he just submitted his list without Destroyer, anyways. Yeah. Anyways, side deck.
Side deck.
3 droplet.
Before we get into side deck, how often do you go first and second?
Okay. So game 1, we choose to blind first. Blind second. Game 2, we just whatever happens, and then game 3, I choose to go first.
Yeah.
Like I always choose to go first, except the
like-
mirror.
Guys were
I
doing
accept
the
the
group.
mirror, and I think maybe like against decks like Ritual Beast or like other more tier 2 strategies, but against Fiendsmith deck strategies, you go first.
just go first.
And you'll see in the side deck why
Yeah.
you have to do that.
Yeah. So we played 3 droplet because you still need to respect branded Centurion, decks like that. You can also use this going first in the mirror. Like me, when I built this deck, I kind of knew the mirror match wasn't going to be the greatest experience for me. Like I
Yeah.
didn't build this deck to beat the mirror. I built it to beat the 2 best decks in the format. And I trusted I would be better than my opponents when I played them if I was playing the mirror. But it still doesn't work in the mirror. It's there. 2 Storm, because Storm's Tenpai. You just gotta have those blows from back row.
So Fusella main deck that. How come you chose not to?
Because I want to play more hand traps. That's like what I want to play more than him, and he didn't, and that's where we kind of differed. True. And 3 Cosmic. This card basically always went in, first or second. Yeah, just always there.
Completely
This
missed.
card is really good.
Don't you have main decked it then?
No. Again, when you're like this format, when you're deck building, you just need to have as many hand traps as possible. That's why talents in game 1 is not real. Like I was preaching to them, like, do not respect talents in game 1. It's not real. If they play talents in the main deck, they're bad. Like,
In general, like the Cosmic, the role is different. Like, sure, you can main this, but the reason you put this in all the time is because people will skill drain you or
Yes.
play floodgates or
Yep.
things like that that aren't there in the game once.
Yep. Like those cards just don't exist game one. You just don't need it.
And you don't care about, like, I don't know, getting rid of the throne or, like, you know, or
No,
other face-up
yeah.
cards. Like, it doesn't matter really because
No.
you know your engine, your hand traps get you there.
Yeah. So no, you definitely it's still good, but it's definitely not main deck worthy. And then this is basically something I learned from playing the cashier build was like the value of 3 Judgment. This was the MVP of the side deck. This card was so good. Like in my feature match, in the mirror. If you draw this plus Ash, that's just games. You just Judgment the normal, Ash the Kaiman, and then they just lose. But also it's just good to protect your board. It's good in other instances, like against you Bell, one thing they'll do, they'll hard make Phantom, like with 2 cards in the hand, and you just Judgment that, and it's like nice deck. Yeah, so Judgment's really good.
Yeah, Judgment's really good.
It also on 3 DDG.
Jeez, how was DDG?
I never drew it, but
Really?
I mean I did, but I didn't do anything.
Oh.
Like I think I drew it. So around 12, I was playing the mirror, and he chose to go first game 3, but I decided to go first, and he heat waved me, and I drew 2 of these, 1 of this. I think a Kaiman, a Mag, and Cosmic. Yeah, Mag was for turn. Yeah, that's why like this was like really good. It's like Judgment him twice, and Cosmic the field spell, and he just lost.
Judgment's so
But going back to this, like this is just more copies of Shifter, and that's all I need. Like I'm not trying to play fair Yu-Gi-Oh.
No, never.
We were not trying to do that at all. We were just trying to play.
You
as
were
many
losing if you tried to play fair.
Yeah, we were just trying to play as many unfair cards as possible. This is another one. Great synergy in the deck. You still play in the mirror because you get to go first. You get to do all your Tenpai stuff, set up your graveyard, whatever. But when they try to kill you, now they don't have a graveyard. So yeah, in theory, really good. I'm still gonna keep playing it. It was good for Jonathan. So really good. And then last one was Robert, which he main decked. I didn't. Again, because I wanted this to be a hand trap. I never drew it, but it was cool. It was there. Just a floodgate. It does stupid things. And like these 7 would always go in when I chose to go first. Yeah, I do think that's like the best way to go about it. Blind second game 1, and then you just choose to go first game 3. You set up your seals with like your floodgates and hand traps, and then that should be enough to win the game.
I don't know if this happened to you as well, but like every time I tried to go first, most people did not expect it, and they were actually quite surprised, which I found odd. I mean,
Yeah, like when I was watching your feature match, like after I lost top 32, like the people behind us were like, "Why is Tenpai just didn't go first?"
it's like because I thought about this deck for
It's
a
like-
little bit longer than you. I guess.
Yeah, like there's still value in going first in this deck.
Yeah, especially because, like, even if you go first or second, I think the other decks will side the Dimension Barrier.
Yeah.
They'll side the Skill Drain.
Yes.
Right? Like, so you got to get ahead of them starting their floodgates with your floodgates.
Yes.
Easy.
Like if you do that, then you're fine. Yeah, I think that's just the best way to play the deck. I felt really good about this list. My top 32 match was unfortunate, like losing that way. Like if
It happens, bro.
I just played the mirror and he drew better than me both games.
Exactly. Don't stress about it.
Yeah, but I feel like if all things equal, I do feel like I could have at least top 16 perfect. But
Man, top 32 is pretty good to me, my friend.
Excellent.
Any shout-outs?
yes, shout out to 401 for sponsoring the channel.
Jeez,
I have
okay.
to. I can't not.
Okay.
Shout out to the boys.
Damn, you want me to pan over?
Of course.
Nah, I don't know these people. I'm not panning over.
All the boys, all the guys at Energy cheering us on in the group chat. Like, really appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
JK and Jonathan specifically.
Yeah.
They're great to travel with. Had a
Dream
lot of fun
team?
with you guys.
Yep.
Shout out to me for,
Dude, shout out to Senna!
Hey, congrats again, my friend. Team Miller's out. Peace.